Good afternoon and welcome to the State Library of Queensland. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land on which we meet, the Turrbal people and the Yagara people, and pay respects to their ancestors who came before them. Today we are proud to present Big Thoughts from the Frightened Well, the second inspiring performance at the library by the Brotherhood of the Wordless. To kick off this amazing show, please welcome Ghost Boy with Richard Grantham.
On and be the support act for the main talent today who are coming soon, the Brotherhood of the Wordless. Can you make some real noise for them? I'm going to do a short set of reasonably okay poetry in lipstick. I'm going to start with some headlines from a local newspaper. Man's head used as bowling ball. Impaled fence cut from man. Twins live but grand dies avoiding echidna. True story. Let it bean, Macca signs to Starbucks. Excrement pile saves Chinese woman after balcony fall. Visualize it. Eye drops off shelf. 6 people killed in sauna fire. Perth man run over twice by the same skateboard. That was from the Perth Advertiser. Father electrocuted while saving kid's kite. Trial told of cake throwing assassin. Spear removed from a man's head. Please welcome Mr. Richard Grantham, a.k.a. the man who puts the D in Dickie G. Could you give him... Oh, he's there. This is my take on zombies. The great thing about the Brotherhood is that this is unlike any other show you've seen before. For starters, you've got me as the host, which is a very healthy sign for the library. And secondly, the Brotherhood are uncensored, they're free, they're beautiful, and they love noise, and they love applause, and they deserve it. Can you give another round of applause to the Brotherhood of the Wordless? This is my take on zombies. We were dead before the sun sank, sitting in deck chairs, long drinks from each other's skulls, watching the crows peck the lights out. Didn't stop you groaning about the heat, moaning about the price of petrol, or stop me from paying the rent in advance. I always paid in advance. You got up, your arm fell to the floor. I knew the signal well, ready to be eaten, flies buzzing as you pulled off your red dress. We haven't slept in days, pacing the hallways, nothing on TV, watching the white noise anyway, in the killing hours, when the dark slides and the biting begins. The dog's been gone for days. You wear its lead. Take yourself for walks up the street, chasing children to stay fit. I finish chewing. You adjust your neck. Your parents are coming on the weekend. Time to clear out the freezer, sharpen the mower blades, bury the cat. Ready our brains for conversation. There was a wedding last night, yeah? I was there. I was the court. I thought the same when I watched it, Luke. I was there as the court poet, Katie and Billy, long friends. They're just long friends. They asked me to write a poem for their nuptials. So I wrote them this. I just need some people to blow up some balloons to create the atmosphere that they had at the wedding. It was a high-class event. Bit worried about the mother-in-law, though. I'd be keeping an eye on her. If you could blow up balloons and pass them out so we can act like we were there together. Yeah, I agree. Weddings are dangerous, you have been warned. The first course will refuse to be eaten by vegans. The main course will run away with the bride. Dessert will leave the party early and drink all the pink champagne as the waiters peel back their faces to reveal other waiters who never got that acting job or chart-topping hit or became a pilot. And you will sit in this suit wondering, why am I sitting in this suit? And the suit will flirt with the priest, dreaming of red lips. And the house band will be comprised of Salvation Army lieutenants and Tijuana trumpets. And Camilla, she'll turn up late if she turns up at all. And Billy, Katie, you'll tell yourself, this is what I always wanted. Yeah, this is what I always wanted. But what you always wanted will send a telegram from Mexico. And the pigeons will not fly tonight, as Peace left the reception at 9:15 p.m. in a big yellow taxi. And the limo driver will give you a detailed plan to build an empire of limos to drive the stars back into the sky. And the sky will not attend due to a previous engagement. And you'll know the sky is lying, because the sky always does that to you. And night will arrive early and sit at the back bar, wolf whistling the priest, dreaming of 1975 and the only kiss he shared with a sheep. And the mother-in-law will be mutton dressed as roadkill. To our queen. Amongst the roses and balloons and piñatas and the condoms in your pocket, keep the balloons going. It's a chain of love. They're out of date. Gee, that's effective. They're out of date. And the exes, they'll sit together. Where are my exes? They're right here. And they'll cry alone. And plates will be smashed on your skull. And the wine glass is full of acid. And the speech you wrote will never be heard. And the woman you love will turn out to be the woman you love. If that's what you want, Billy. If that's what love is. Amongst the roses and piñatas, and he really needs to do something with his hair. roses and piñatas and cheese wheels of fortune. And your first love will tell you in the toilet she faked every second. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Oh, we've all been there. Amongst the roses and piñatas and flower girls who dream of becoming flower girls. It's important to be ambitious in a modern world. And your father will tell you for the first and last time, son, I love you. And the 80s dancing will bring you to your feet. And your feet will moonwalk across a tablecloth that's a very poor attempt at it right now. And the ground will split in two, from which your boy George Pass will emerge and ask you for the next dance, to which you will decline, because you're going somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. And you got out of the constant bedrooms and bikinis and blindfolds, but you could kill tonight just to taste blood one more time. And you want to make love to the band, to the bridesmaid, to the cake, to the piñata. I'm being random, but go there. To the priest, and even to your mother-in-law. Yes, it's Oedipal, here we go. But instead you slump back into the chair limp and hungry, and smile a smile for the cameras, a smile for the ages. And you will pay their speeding tickets tomorrow. And a smile splits the face in two to reveal the face of the other, who walks out the back dressed in black, steps into a shooting star, and leaves you, my friend, to wash the dishes. Weddings are dangerous. You have been warned. Just 2 more pieces before we get to the real talent. I've worked with the Brotherhood for 2.5 years now. I never look like this until I work with them. They're totally responsible. And I thank them for that. Okay, next. Clap if you don't know it. Don't have to be too enthusiastic. Naked as sin, an army towel covering my belly. Some of us weep somehow. Knees turn to jelly, and next. I was just a kid, there were 100 like me. I followed naked bodies followed me, and next. I was just a kid when my innocence was lost at a mobile army whorehouse, gift of the army, free of cost. Oh, next! Oh, next! You thought you were coming to poetry. I would have really liked a touch of tenderness, a word, a smile, 1 hour of happiness, but no next. Next. I've forgotten the lines. Da, do, 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 do. How's it go? Blah, blah, blah. They're broken in this. Blah, 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 blah. And next. Next. I still recall the broken flags, the trucks, the queer lieutenant who beat our asses as if we were fags. Oh, next. You're at the right show. Yes, you are, sir. Next. Blue works, not the stripes, though. I swear on the wet head of my first case of gonorrhea, it is his ugly voice that I shall forever hear. And next, next, a voice of whiskey, of corpses, and of mud. It is the voice of nations, the thick voice of blood. And oh, next, next, and the women I've taken to bed, all laugh in my arms drums all whisper in my head. Ghost boy, look at you. You do poetry and makeup. It's not a bright future. You're not next. Just sit with that. That's my pain. All the naked and the dead should hold each other's hands as I scream at night about a dream that no one understands. And next, ha, 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 next, as I scream in a voice grown dry and hollow, stand in endless naked lines that are following and the followed. Oh, next, ha, 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 next. One day I'll cut my legs off, I'll burn myself alive. I'll do anything, 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 anything to get out of line to survive. Never to be next. Never to be next. The Brotherhood of the Wordless are coming next. I got one more piece. And the most joyous poets are coming next. Thank you. And you, sir, in the blue vertical stripes, I owe you a massage. So, a friend of mine said the worst thing about the flood would be the flood of flood poems that followed. So I'm going to prove him true by doing one. Actually, there's an amazing poet, Graham Nunn, who donated all these books to the flood charity. If you check it out, Another Lost Shark, you can buy poetry to donate to the floods. So it's a beautiful thing. Art and tragedy. That's a new connection. Fridge floats down the river. Worries about mud lice and loss of power. Stops in no parking zones. Will recount later a brief encounter with a gospel piano. Enters the playground of roofs. Smiles at overhead branches. Yields nothing to hungry dogs and startled onlookers. No longer holds horse meat and sausages. Encounters bridges. Asks nothing of riverbank. Worries about what lies above the surface. Mourns broken seals. Swallows a cork. Sees other white goods on top of cars at the bottom of swimming pools. Asks a drowned cat, how many lives? How many lives? Yeah, how many? Cannot avoid direct sunlight. Releases carbon slowly into brown water. Craves to be full of beer. Once dated an esky. Hovers over houses. is alarmed by outboard motor. Drifts past factories, please dodge them with the bus stops. Glides through the drive-through, carries no change, does not order a fudge sundae. Wishes for a raincoat, finds a broken umbrella. Fridge floats down a river, runs into a mouth, sees that the world is an ocean. Mr. Richard Grantham. Now that the support act is out of the way and we have locked the exits, it is time for the second show by the Brotherhood of the Wordless in conjunction with myself. The first one, Air for the Birds, premiered here about a year and a half ago, was at the Queensland Poetry Festival. The Brotherhood would like you to give yourself a round of applause for coming along to hear their work. Straight up. And yes, you are going to clap a lot today. Deal with it. They deserve it. So they've been writing this project for about a year, a series of pieces in response to the ideas of being in the dark, being in small places, sensory poems in response to noises, cut-up poems, pieces in responses to holding a rock, textual response. So you're going to hear a number of them. I'm going to introduce the guys with their facilitators as they come up and read. They write via facilitation boards, but their hands are connected straight to their hearts, as are their words. They are far from the Brotherhood of the Wordless. Welcome to Big Thoughts from the Frightened Well. The first few pieces we're going to do are cut-up pieces from the whole group. So they're a little bit loose, these pieces. Bit like Dickie G here. He's as loose as they get. Help, 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 help! Run, 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 black, brown, grey zoo animals, now we have the fun. Hi-ho, off we go, dandelion flower bursting into summer noise, murmuring of the guts of crashing piano chords. A tappin', a tappin', a tappin' into the world of tears.
The head of freedom, bursting. The head of freedom, bursting. The head of freedom, bursting. Bottom hitting feet, jarring landing, having the man inside the balloon. Come, angels, come to dinner, to treat time, light and joy pudding, ear-cutting, slicing decibels with a frequency saw. The spine turns electric with barbs in the bones. Tiny fairies, tinkling bells filled with powder, spraying elves, hand in hand, dancing on the head of a pin. We feel happy and free. Let me out of the purple poetry cupboard. Shit, here come the cops, run! Open heaven, light the fairy floss, dress in clouds of powder. Life, morning, arise.
Hand on wood, music on the run. Hand on wood, music on the run. Trapped angel, wooden clock. Help, help, demons ugly. Here now, time to get down to station. Here comes hobnail boots. Boots win, hands down. Will win, sound of Jack in his box. Let me out, let me out, let me out. This is a door, I'll smash it down. This is the door, I'll smash it down. In my anger, Jack in his box. I am coming, look out, you bastards. Coming home. Could you please welcome one of the fantastic writers coming up right now to have his work read? Give it up for Michael. Come on, look at his outfit. He's a brilliant writer.
The world was a fragile place. The world was a delicate place. The world tried to protect itself from the halls of terrible demons pulling at its life force. The world died a horrible death. We who destroyed it died too. Die, demons, die! Leave the earth in peace to heal over the millennium. We do not deserve to live here anymore. Big thoughts from the frightened well.
This one's by Rodney Mills, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. The kettle boiling, the van starting up, the TV reality.
Sounds of the wind, cars on Sandgate Road, purring of Poppy, my cat. The wind is a ghost, stripping leaves from trees, scattering rubbish down roads. It is a good wind. It is a gentle wind. It makes me want to take a walk on the beach, to put feet in the water, with no fear of cold. The wind is my friend, my companion. We see the world from our own perspective. No one sees us, no one to criticize. The wind is gentle, but it can be strong and mean. It can rip through houses and pastures, but then be gentle, scudding across the heavens, giving earth a bath. I'm just a boy who loves to write. I'm only human, that's my right.
Please welcome up our poet who loves pigs and cabbages, Luke. Make some noise for Luke. And I'd like 2 volunteer audience members that don't know Luke to come and join him on stage because he loves company. I need 2 volunteers in the audience. Come on, don't be shy, come down. Oh, seriously. 2 of you now, come on stage. It's an ensemble piece. That's 3 of you. It's good that it's Brisbane and you can count.
The painting is of the ocean. It is like a jam. It is way off in the distance. I am watching the ocean. It is like jam. I can see the waves coming into shore. Dear Cabbage, I think you are beautiful and sumptuous, and I love you with all my heart. I am so happy to see you. I am a tight banker. I am so worried about losing money that I count my money every hour. I do. I am walking a lion because it is my pet lion. We are going to see the pig.
This is Stephen's poem, Sunset over Moreton Bay. Yes, I would go and see many goings on there as I rest my eyes on the sunset. I see many birds taking off to rest for the night. No one is there and the sky is dimming in the night light. But I am aware of you there. You are always there. The water is moon-filled. And the mosquitoes are going to eat us now.
This is a piece by Ben, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. He's one of the youngest members of the group. This is called Kira Beach. Walking on the beach, I felt totally free, liberated. I wanted to do this for the rest of my life. It was the wind blowing the waves. It was the sun, sparkled water. I love the water of my feet, the smell of salt, water. The wind makes me feel carried away from my body. I am just getting the hang of it. If you could please welcome up one of the most angular, sideways, beautiful writers, Lucy, up to the microphone. Make some noise.
Two eyes. One sight for most, but for me, collected pictures, gridded without flow. Synesthesia. Total sight is sound in the auditory taste. Not red, but tomatoes in the mouth.
poem is by Peter Rowe. The wild sea, the high wind, and the sailing boat in desperate trouble of turning over. What did the man who was dressed as a clown have to do with the murdered child? Nothing. Probably the earth would have been destroyed by atomic explosions. The picture on the wall told 1,000 stories. But what were they? Picture on wall? 1,000 stories?
This next section features a lot of poems about bugs and breasts. Yes, it does. Please welcome Gary.
Rachel. Killer eyes, but not too thin. You have brown eyes, not like mud, but like nice mice. Legs are tall, but not too long. Not too short. Not too bad, but not the best. Killer boobs, just right, but not too big. Hair is short and brown like the Black Forest. The best is yet to come, but not now. Lovely smile, but not now. My belly is hungry. Morning tea.
And Rachel was actually reading a poem about herself, written by Gary.
This is another poem from Rodney Mills. The excitement. I really seem to orgasm. Yes, yes, yes. It's really true. I'm going to New York. Start spreading the news. Millsy's going to town. I'm gonna be a part of it. New York, New York.
Alice, who just imitated Frank Sinatra reasonably well. She's the fantastic Alice, and Joan are the people who put the Brotherhood, brought them together. Where's Joan? Stand up. These guys, you should give these two a massive round of applause. They put a massive amount of work in.
Bugs. Killer bugs in my bedhead. Get me out of this bug-infested bed now. Bugs like lightning taking to the skies, not helping me with sleep. I like to dream about nice bugs, not these ones, like dragonflies that light up the night sky.
Please welcome up our poetry night, Peter Brown. Make some noise. Come on.
Not much help for the disabled. We are nothing. We are lumps on the floor of society's fridge. Bugs who should be eliminated and done away with. Death to bugs. Death to bugs. Death to bugs.
Please welcome Lucy back up. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Come on.
If her hands aren't in her ears, you're not doing the job properly. Hands, Lucy's hands. So I am touch, a touch of stroke and thump of spike and tickle. We precede the clumsy body to which we are attached. Babies and lemurs focus on our touch, and the eyes, which is what mouths call our organs to process light and shade and colour, learn sight from our touch. From our touch. We are the tentacles of thought. The folds of our palms are the history of our grasp. We are the definition of human. Long live the opposable thumb.
It's another one by Ben, who couldn't be here today, though. My hands are seeking to be alone. My hands are seeking peace. When I put my hands in my pockets, they are hiding from the world. And this piece is by Edie, who also couldn't be here today. My hand opens my mind to be free and be where I want to be. The lines show the love I have for my mum and the love she has for me. If you could welcome back up Luke.
The rock feels really smooth and soft. It caresses my hand gently and whispers sweet nothings in its ear. The openness of the rock amazes me.
This is Adrian's poem. My hands begin the day, becoming aware of coming out of my dream, not wanting, having to. People, voices, all around my room. Fresh coffee, birds chirping, and Pierre barking. I wish it would all go away and leave me to go back to dreaming. The room is dark, and the sun filters through the slats of the blinds, which Mum has closed the night before. I see the books I love on my bookshelves, and the robots and stuffed toys near them. My desk is there, with clothes to get dressed in, and I am warm and cosy in my blankets and doona. I am happy. I can hear Mum in the kitchen. If Dad is home, there'll be news on the wireless. If we're on our own, Mum will be very quiet so as not to disturb me. The smell of toast warms the air, and I'm comforted that all is well in my world because Mum is there. And next up, we have Peter Brown.
I was only a blob, only a blob, only a blob. I was nothing, a zero. Then suddenly I was a man who had thoughts and opinions that could tell someone my worst nightmares and change the nightmares to dreams, then reality. The weather was irrelevant. The weather inside my head was stormy. The hurricane built and built, and I exploded into a cyclone. And the rain was sweet and healing after the flood. The world spun faster, time buzzed along, the planets rose and fell, the universe sang out and welcomed me.
Sam Rogers, everyone.
My house. Frightened, excited, scared, proud. It's a cocktail of emotions. Feel drunk from the drink. Do I want this or not? I don't want either. Freedom, prison, they both have a price.
The Consultant, written by my puppet master, Glenn. I consult on various very important matters. You probably need to see me. I have all the answers for you, baby. My training and experience is unparalleled. I have a BS in consulting from the University of Perth in Queensland. I was destined for the critical role at age 2. When the other kids painted pictures of houses, I painted pictures of me. Simultaneously mediating a room of executives while also dominating the proceedings, and I was dressed in a superhero costume, of course. One of the secrets of consummate consulting is wearing green undies over one's trousers. This is how we recognize one another. Hail, brother! Phenomenon of consultation, wit of a banker, bit of a prick. When I talk to you, listen, you are all my bitches.
I want to have the ability to seek out fairies and hot guys within 5 kilometres. I would find them, get to know them, and maybe take some home. My house would be full of fairies and hot guys, a bit like a party. I wouldn't be too naughty. I want it now.
Another poem from Rodney. I'd love to really see lots of people's thoughts that project onto an etheric screen only I could see. I'd enter into their nightmares and be a superhero fighting off their demons and monsters. Next up, it's David.
Here we go. Smells. I would like to be able to smell trees, roses, the air, to take the tangent of giving a thing a smell. This would help the blind to see a thing through their nose. Describing a tree like a shortbread, or a bus like a cream bun. A multi-storey building could be a pyramid of profiteroles, glistening like chocolate and oozing people. The fire engine could be beetroot, full of fluid. Oh, my colon.
A short but deep poem by Janice Wolski, who couldn't make it today. Chocolate. Magic. Chocolate. Magic. Chocolate. Magic.
Could you please welcome up the closest that Sandgate, Queensland has to a poetry Elvis Presley, Michael. He's back. Come on.
Typing, yes, typing for the first time and seeing my words come out of my fingers. Wow, that day. The words poured out of my brain and into the world. I had indigestion in my head. I wept for the lost years and the lost friends and the horror of the past. I know I still weep, but need to move on. The day became the day of the words, and the words sang. And the words blew on the sails of my boat, and off I went on my journey to the universe. Yes, 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 that is wonderful. Wow, wow, wow!
So we're just reaching the last section of Big Thoughts from the Frightened Well. This last series of pieces based on the idea that the Brotherhood often feel in the dark, their feelings about being in the dark, their feelings about being seen. So this is sort of like the piece that is, in a way, Big Thoughts from the Frightened Well.
The well has come to my rescue at last. I'm free of the world. My brain is free of the stuff up top. My figure of fantasy is now looming in front of me. Not so good to be stuck down here, but I'm safe from harm. Take the ladder and reach me if you can. The ladder is not long enough. I'm here for a while. The ladder is not long enough. Please come to my rescue if you can, but only if the ladder takes me to somewhere else from life above. Life above can stay where it is. I'm over it. I'm moving on. My head's ready for whatever comes my way. Peter Brown.
Please welcome Michael back up.
I'm always at the bottom of the well, always down, down, down. I'm always looking up to the tiny spot of light above. My feet are in the muck at the bottom of the well. I have been here forever. I will never get out. I am so lost, lost. I am the ghost at the bottom of the well. Ghost struggles. He groans, moans. He made the night hideous with his noise of distress and despair. Ghost, a very drained, feral, weird creature with many arms and legs, who couldn't rest or cease from trying, but he kept on. He still keeps on. Still he struggles. No help came. Bottom dweller he remained. His breath came in dust. He roughly, raggedly, forcefully croaked. He groped, every fingernail tearing at slimy stone walls. No help came. He remained the slug at the bottom of the well of life.
Welcome Luke back up.
Snap it up. You give me fear. My face just hit the ground. Be just and get out of my way, or I will have you killed and seen to be evil and altogether wretched.
Please welcome up Peter Brown. In the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark.
In the dark, I believe in ghosts. In the dark, I love to be sad and happy for me. In the dark, I have frightened ideas of my life again. In the dark, I hate to be going from my home.
In the dark, in the dark.
In the dark, I give my bum a good rub.
In the dark. Please welcome back up Lucy. Come on, big round of applause.
Dark. In the dark, I float. In the dark, I have body feeling. In the dark, I fall downstairs. In the dark, I have no thought of feet. In the dark, I hear bats on leather wings, mammalian pterodactyls. In the dark, the possum leaps. In the dark, the dogs bark. In the dark, I hear angels in the trumpets of my ears. In the dark, I am safe from light which flashes across the brain like glass.
This is by Ben. In the dark, I feel scared because there's no light on me. In the dark, I hear noises. In the dark, I see myself, and I see a monster. The monster is myself. In the dark, I feel terrified of myself. Please welcome back up Gary.
In the dark, I hear noises of my snoring ears and the very bad music. Not mine, but the staff's very bad music. In the dark, I just see blackness, like black mice in a swarm.
Please welcome back up Luke for his final piece. In the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, I see all sorts of things. I see nothing in the dark.
In the dark,
In the dark,
I see
I
pigs.
see pigs.
In the dark,
In the dark,
I hear pigs snorting. In the dark,
in the dark,
I feel scared.
I feel so scared.
In the dark, I feel open and
So
exposed.
exposed.
In the dark, I feel hidden.
I'm hidden.
In the dark, I am me.
I am
In the
me.
dark, I love the dark.
I love the dark.
And one more piece from Adrian. In the dark, the velvety blackness comes down like a curtain. In the dark, final act. In the dark, day over. In the dark, time to dream. In the dark, time to be the walking, talking, handsome prince with the many princesses at his command. In the dark, the night hides my fun.
Give it up for Adrian. And please welcome our poetry pink princess, Sam.
In the dark, I'm alone and afraid. In the dark, I'm ready for sex. In the dark, I am scared of monsters. In the dark, I hear the noise of night. In the dark, I hear breathing. In the dark, I hear my brain hurting and whirling. In the dark, I am free in my head.
In the dark, I touch myself. In the dark, friends embrace. In the dark, you belong. In the dark, I can finally see. In the dark, I'm the poet of night. In the dark, I giggle like a maniacal despot. Can somebody giggle like a maniacal despot? In the dark, I see your true colors. In the dark, I hear voices. In the dark, stupid people have not left the planet. In the dark, you can forget. In the dark, truth emerges and laughs at us all. In the dark, you're still angry as ever, my lover. In the dark, this world remains. I'm in the cloak. I have become Glenn the Invisible. The shiny cloak reveals my true inner sparkle. I have the power to walk through walls as if my body does not exist in the physical world. I rob from the world's banks and give 2% to the poor, thus ensuring my reputation as a modern-day Robin Hood. I have, however, been tempted to visit in the ladies' toilets on many occasions. Many. But due to a very, very unfortunate design fault, the cloak does not work in these situations. And thus I remain the most honourable Saint Glenn, getting richer every day. Every day is my birthday, baby. And to finish off, the Brotherhood of Wordless, big thoughts from the Frightened Well. A huge round of applause to Adrian, who's going to take it out for us.
Huge wings on my back. Eagles soar highly in the sky. Freely, freely like an angel, like the heavenly lights. How light it is to fly. Be careful, even their attack can happen, even though it is good to have the freedom. What a great sight to see you up there. Freely, freely I am flying. Oh, so high.
Adrian. Could you keep the applause going for the wonderful Brotherhood of the Wordless? I'll stand up. They deserve that. Come on. They spent 18 months writing this. Give them a big round of applause. Make them hear it. Mike's first up, of course. Could you keep the applause going? It doesn't have to be as big, though, for Richard Grantham on keys. For the State Library for supporting Brotherhood the Wordless through their open source program. For all the wonderful facilitators, carers, and relatives of the Brotherhood of the Wordless. They deserve noise. Give the State Library feedback. That's how they get to do another show here. Tell them what you thought. You can get their books and DVDs outside. That helps these shows continue. Thank you for coming to Big Thoughts from the Frightened Well.